Then let's move on to the hypocrisy that they showed in the educational sector. When you look at NPP and the policies that we have implemented so far, women have been the biggest beneficiaries. NPP came and introduced the free maternal health care. And we can all testify that a lot of women enjoy this policy. I'm one. I had 2 kids and I never paid 1 Ghana cedi for the kids that I had. There is statistics to show maternal mortality before and after the implementation of free health insurance. Let us not sit on national television and think we can deceive Ghanaians.
Are they still enjoying that policy now?
Then you move on
Tabitha,
to how the educational sector. You see,
Annie,
when she was talking, you never interjected.
So I can't ask questions.
You can, but let me finish my submission. Let me finish my submission.
It's all, you see, health care. Is this
increasingly, viewers are beginning to realize that this platform doesn't really treat NPP communicators very well.
Why are you always playing
victim?
I'm not playing victim. I'm being factual.
Always playing victim.
When she was heckling me,
I did not heckle you.
My this thing to tell her that
you lied.
She should keep
and I was
quiet.
Just trying to tell you to stop
and
lying.
I'm exposing your lies and you are being uneasy here.
Tabitha,
let me move on.
I don't like responding to people when they are making accusations and allegations.
Okay.
But to be fair,
so what I'm trying to say is that
stick to the issue.
Let's reduce the interjections because I realized she was flowing and flying like a free bird. But when I'm going to make my submission, you keep interjecting.
I will make the point, Tabitha.
I'm not saying don't make your point.
You were here.
But it's like
Tabitha,
after 1 to 2
please
minutes, you
allow
are
me
coming
to
in.
Please give me that respect and regard.
I have always respected you.
She was here, and you made a specific statement about her person. She had every right to respond to it.
She did same to me, but I kept quiet.
It's okay.
The problem is that let's leave it. I don't expect you to say anything.
What did I do?
It's okay. Let me keep because my time is going. Let me.
Annie, it's okay. Please allow her. Annie, please.
She did same to you, and you decided not to respond to it.
What did I? That is even another error. What did I do to her?
I have always been like that.
Annie,
I
please
have
allow.
never interjected any of my co-panelists.
Go ahead. But your submission does not stop any host to ask you follow-up
You can ask. I'm talking about the interjections coming from the other side. Okay. And also, at least, I've been checking. When she's making a submission, you let her move.
You go ahead.
For me, within seconds, you are questioning. Another thing is that she talked about the educational sector and how poorly some things were instituted. Nobody is saying that we never had challenges implementing our free senior high school policy. Nobody said so. Okay? But let's go back and find out what they were doing to students. Now, we have a news item on Graphic Online in July 24, 2023. And the headline was that students who were supposed to be taking their WAEC exams were walked out of the exam hall. Can you imagine a government like this today saying we should give them Ghana to rule? Then you go back to, no, that is rather for GNA, that is Ghana News Agency, 21st April 2015. And there's also another news headline where they asked parents to pay the fees of their students. If not, they wouldn't release their exams score to them. But today, we have students who even apply to tertiary institutions whilst awaiting their results. This is how we have gone. This is how far we have moved Ghana. This is the government that Ghanaians should give their votes to. We are not here doing rhetorics. Then when it comes to jobs, so far, as of February 2024, we have given Ghanaians over 2.1 million jobs. And these statistics, I'm taking it from SNET, so that nobody will have any problems. because there are other ones that were not captured under SNIT. But under SNIT, we have 2.1 million jobs. Public sector recruited 1.2 million. And they are still recruiting. I don't know if you are aware, but tens of thousands of people who completed colleges of education are being recruited as it stands. So this is a government that is bent on developing the nation. Now you come and sit here and tell Ghanaians that NPP has overborrowed. Let's go back to the history of borrowing. You go to Bank of Ghana. This is statistics that is coming from Bank of Ghana, not my own statistics. And they said at around 2000, the year 2000, Ghana's debt was somewhere around 7.15 million US dollars. By the time the NDC came and left power, they had taken it from the $7 million to $29 million. Then NPP, as it stands now, the total debt of Ghana is 51 million US dollars. Now do the maths and tell me what percentage or what amount did NPP as a government borrow? And let's now talk about who has borrowed more and shown nothing. Are you talking about institutions? We have built more institutions.
Hey.
So far in the history of Ghana, we are the only government that has made sure that we build more hospitals than any other government. Sometimes you give them opportunity to talk, and all they can talk about is to talk about UGMC. UGMC, we all know, was done by Professor Mills. And even with that one, the first phase was what they did without finishing UGMC. It took this government to come and finish it with all medical equipment. This is true. And afterwards, they went ahead to add the phase 2 and to finish it with medical equipment. So what are you talking about? If we are talking about a government that thinks about the welfare of Ghanaians, it is the NPP. And nobody can take that away from us. We are still paying allowances from this money you claim we have borrowed. We are still paying for excess power because you went into a bad contract. We are still paying those things. A government that supervised over 4 years of doomsday in Ghana is today talking as though they have done something for Ghanaians. And when we are talking about the GDP, they go back and say NPP has done worse, forgetting that that growth was recorded in COVID time. Meanwhile, your own was recorded because you could not provide Ghanaians with electricity to go about their daily work. Are you comparing this to what we have done? Ghanaians know better. And I know they will choose my candidate. My candidate has been so resourceful. And nobody can take that away from him. My government, my candidate has never mounted any podium telling them that, Ghanaians, I know you are suffering, go back and suffer more. I'm not a magician. My candidate has always been very sober.
Who said that?
Oh, no. He said it. JDM said it to Ghanaians.
Tabitha.
Yes, he said
This
it.
is what you do.
What do I do?
Hold on. This is what you do. I cannot sit here knowing as a journalist that Mahama never said a thing like that.
Oh, okay.
And then what you say?
Okay, so if he never said
you say
a thing like that, I'm coming.
How do you
if
say
Bahama never said that,
hold on.
did he talk about the dead goat
you see,
syndrome?
when you do this, you don't allow the viewers.
No,
the
you said
opportunity
Mahama
to
never
hear
said that,
properly.
and I said okay,
I'm
granted.
saying that.
But did he say the dead
that
goat
go
syndrome?
back and suffer?
No, I'm only paraphrasing. Because if you tell somebody that I have a dead goat syndrome and that there is nothing you can actually do to me, what are you telling them? You are telling them that go back and suffer.
By you people.
That is what you're telling
By
them.
your
If
excessive
you,
contrived
as a
narratives.
president, I come to you and table before you my problems, and you tell me that you cannot do anything about it. What are you telling me? You are telling me that go back and suffer. Go back and deal with your own challenges.
Okay.
And this is a candidate who is preparing to come and has already told Ghanaians in advance that give me a honeymoon period. Who is this candidate we are talking about?